Hello, everybody. It is me, Professor Confusing, and today we are here talking about the Rising of the Shield Hero, episode 14. Okay. So, in this episode, we saw how Mind Sun started the forest fires. Apparently, she got all of the knights with arrows from the last episode, and also got a few mages to just shoot fire arrows and fire magic into the forest. And I was thinking, can Naofumi's can his Wrath Shield even cause that much damage? Because that would also be because his fire is also a curse fire, so that would probably make even more damage than a regular fire to the land. And then we saw how Mind Sun then ended up actually blaming him on starting the fire and was asking his knights, and she asked the main knight dude with the freaking the old dude with the mustache to spread the news around. So then they told every domain in the area that Naofumi is the one that started it. So then just like I think last episode and episode before, no, it might have been just last episode where everyone had to cover their wear their hoodies and cover themselves. So then they have to go and sneaking around again. And then I like it how Naofumi goes to a shop and then buys something wearing his hoodie, and then after that when he leaves, a bunch of knights walk up to the owner of the place that he bought stuff from, and then they're just like, have you seen this man? And then the guy just looks at it, and it just shocking music because he can recognize his face from the wanted poster that the knight showed him, but it doesn't show his reaction. It's just scary music. It's a scary poster of Naofumi and the rest of them were hiding in a forest, and they noticed that in the domain that they're hiding at right now, there's a lot of demi-human farm workers. So then apparently Malty's son mentioned that apparently the lord of the domain is apparently very likes demi-humans and doesn't hate them like the rest of the nation does. To be honest, this guy, I already forgot his name. I already forgot his name completely, but the guy with the weird glasses on, Cyrus glasses, in the manga, I thought that he was a she, or because he looks like a she, especially more in the manga. I might need to show a picture, but I always thought that he looked like a girl. In this, he looks more like a dude, but in the manga, I always thought that he looked like a girl, and it just looked so much like a girl to me. But I get in this, it looks more natural, just like Nafumi said, because they were talking about what about nations and stuff like that, and then they're just talking to each other and they're trying to decide what to do, and then this guy just pops out of nowhere, and then Nafumi's just like, "Wow, this guy's stealth ability is I guess in his head he would also mention I'm just saying this afterwards, but he probably thinks that he's probably as silent as the spies are for the queen. He's just like, wow, that guy just popped out of nowhere. And it's weird how he mentioned that he was looking around the forest, he's a lord of a domain, and then he's just like, well, I left the building and was walking around the forest to find you, Melty's son. Dude, that guy must really like her, and it seems like Melty also really likes this dude. And we saw how apparently he was gonna go to Sylvet, but apparently he changed his mind to go to the Queen because even though in the last episode there's lots of restrictions on which border to go to, now it's even more because of now because he got blamed from the forest fire. So now he needs to stay at this lord's house, and then he decides to go to the other side of the country and go to the Queen. Another thing that we saw how Raphtalia was having a sad moment because Melty was talking about how the country that Raphtalia was raised in got attacked by. Raphtalia mentioned that it was actually people Maltese, her kingdom, knights from her kingdom, and just like last episode I said this, man, those knights are are disgrace. Those knights are just a disgrace. I guess it's because of demi-humans aren't humans, even though that they are pretty much mostly human except for having ears and tails. But I guess there are different levels of demi-humans where some demi-humans look like full-on animal humans. So I guess that would make sense for them to be a little bit scary of them, even though that they don't really seem that dangerous. Not at all. Except for the high level ones, you saw in the what was it, the black market merchant guy, he had a giant wolf dude that was level 40. That dude is probably scary and can do stuff, but regular demi-humans are just humans with animal features, so I have no idea why they would have so much discrimination against them. But I guess it does make sense to have this in the story. Then they went to the lord's domain that they were at, and then they started eating dinner there, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm at the first 8 minutes, and yeah, I also really like the opening and ending songs. I've been bopping to that a lot. I even saved those to my computer. So yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes for you the rest of this episode. You can just tell that that guy from the opening that we saw, he's also here. You also saw him in a dream sequence that Raphtalia was having in her dreams from her past. Apparently you saw how apparently like before when she was getting apparently she was a slave to that guy. And man, like that guy's just creeper. That guy's just a freaking creeper. That fat dude. Even the mustache. Like Melty says to the guy that apparently he like fought with her father in the past, and apparently they're at odds with each other. So what better to do with Melody than to like kidnap her away from the Shield Hero? Like, dude, like, like for a moment when the knights like were like in the kitchen about to find Raphtalia and Nafumi hidden in the closet, like the knights like saw like because Melty like came in and saved them by saying that she was there, but said that the Shield Hero wasn't there, and then it was saying like I'm second crown princess, and then the knights are just like, is she really the princess? And I was like, how do they not know that? But then once like the leader that came in said that apparently they were his knights, that makes more sense because if these were knights not from the kingdom but from that guy's domain, then it makes sense that they wouldn't know what the princess looked like. But you would think that everyone would know what the princesses look like. Like literally, do people only know that the princesses exist? Because you would think that people would know what the princesses look like, but I guess not. I guess like only people in the immediate area would know what they would look like. And we saw how apparently after the 8 minute mark, because that's where I was reviewing the last parts of this episode, we saw how Philo and Melty were having like a very like cute conversation where Philo was telling Melty that she should really uh, take a liking to Nafumi more and let Nafumi like do stuff that he does to her and Raphtalia a lot, and then she like start getting embarrassed and stuff like that. That was a very adorable moment to witness. And we saw how they started taking like night shifts like during the night. Raphtalia even mentioned that Nafumi should be nicer to her, but I think that it's okay what he's doing. Like it's more of like a tough love type of situation that they're doing. And then we even saw how the Lord from the domain that they were at, he got arrested. And then before that, he was saying that apparently Melty's having like an existential crisis. I cannot say that word, but she like doesn't know who she is anymore because after she spent time with Nafumi, she's basically become a different person. I guess she is like slowly transforming, but she's mostly the same person. How Nafumi gave Melty like before like the morning ended, Nafumi gave like Melty like a short speech saying that she can only do what she can do, and then like she just like before the 15-minute mark where I'm at right now, you can tell that she took that completely the wrong way, but it wasn't right what she did where she saved them a little bit. So then, like I said, the creeper came with all of his knights, and apparently somehow they found out about the shield hero being in their domain, which I guess like it would have to be like one of the maids did it, because only one of the maids helped the shield while the other maid wasn't there. So I'm going to assume that one of the maids did it, or it was probably someone in that guy's like house, or it might have been one of the demi-humans. Like who knows, right there? Because like one of the because I guess that guy is like weird. And we saw how in Raphtalia's dream sequence that she was having that apparently in the past she had a friend that was also like a demi-human. And then like to be honest, like the voice. I mean, like when Raphtalia like woke up from her dream was having it. We also saw how Naofumi was holding Raphtalia's hand in the dream, which was pretty nice moment right there. And then apparently she said her friend's name as she woke up, and like that name doesn't even sound like because like this isn't a spoiler, right? Like, who knows if they're even going to show it next episode? But her friend is a boy, but that boy's name sounds like a girl's name. Like when she said that guy's name, it just sounded like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all that happened. Let me go check really quickly. I guess the last thing to mention is that as they were in the closet, Raphtalia was like grabbing onto her sword and she was like hyperventilating. And I like it how they showed her tail like getting very like doing what cats do, where they shoots up and they get like all like frizzy and stuff like that. And she was like ready to like slice up her sword, but then Nafumi stopped her, saying that they should just watch and see where things go before they do anything. And like even when it's over, like Raphtalia was about to do it, but still Nafumi stopped her, which I guess is weird. I guess Nafumi really just wants them to be gone first. But yeah, crazy stuff. I also noticed that apparently the animation and the art style in scenes are like they like change like a lot. Like I feel like they fixed certain moments. Like there's probably parts that look bad that they fixed up to look a little bit nicer because like the art style changes. Like in certain shots, the arts like people's faces and the way that it's shaded change like a lot. And sometimes the characters look different than they're supposed to be. But I'm pretty sure that they must have went in and fixed certain parts because it looks really, I guess, good, but you could tell that there's some differences in some scenes. But yeah, that's all I need to talk about from the first 8 minutes to 14 minutes. So yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes to review the last bits of this episode. Okay, I am back. So I guess that I might have gotten it wrong because apparently I thought that her friend was a dude because I know that she does end up having like a friend in the future that's a dude. that's a demi-human, but I guess that the friend that got captured with her was a girl because when they showed them in a cage, her friend looked like it was like a girl in a dress. So I'm assuming that she had two friends, one with the dude, one with the girl. I don't know. Maybe in the light novel and web novel it's different. Maybe in the manga it's a dude. Maybe the dude just happens to be there. I don't know. None of this is making sense to me. So then after that, apparently they were trying to find Philo in the mansion after they got out of the closet, and apparently Philo was in the attic because apparently Philo was an airhead because she thought, and it makes sense because she is blonde. It makes even more sense with her being an airhead. It also makes sense with the Spear Hero because he's also blonde, so it makes sense why they're all airheads. So then they like went to go and save Melty from a creepy guy named Idol Sama. At first, I thought that he might have been a pedophile, but apparently not. He's just really into torture. He wanted to torture Melty-san, and he wanted to like kill her and stuff like that for the church. He said for the greater of the church. Now, if they did kill her, like it'd get blamed on the Shield Hero. But if the king found out that apparently the church killed his daughter because just for the church, the king would absolutely just deny the church. That's based on his personality. You saw how Mind Son talked to the king. I think it might have been in between the 8 minutes, 14 minutes, and I might have forgotten about it. How he's just like I can totally tell from what people said in the comments from last episode that he's just like in his own head. He just is in his own echo chamber that Mind Son had created with the knights and stuff like that. That she can't listen to anything else, even though that he could probably listen to other stuff, but probably not. Probably it would probably take a while. But then we saw how they went to go and save her. But before they went to go and save her, Nafumi mentioned that there's an option that he could just leave her. But then apparently he said that he's gonna rescue her since he did it last episode. Like, cause she like kindly asked him to do it last episode to protect her from Mind Sense. Then he did it, so now he's gonna do it again because he said that that's what being like a true hero is, to save like a child, like an abandoned child, to do it. So then went to the other guy's kingdom, Idol Sama's kingdom, and then apparently all the demi-human farmer workers were causing a ruckus. They like went all the way to that guy's land to like cause a ruckus and saying that they want to have their lord back. Apparently his name is Reichnaut. Like, man, I cannot say the way that they said his name this episode. And then apparently they were torturing him. They were torturing Reichnaut, trying to find out where the devil of the shield is. But apparently they like punched him right in front of Melty Sun once Melty Sun found out. And then they're just like, where is he? And he's just like, I don't know who the devil is, but I do know who the shield hero is. And then he got punched again. It was pretty bad scene in a good way. Nafumi, Philo, and Raphtalia went on to Philo in her bird form. Then they jumped off the side during the demi-human distraction. They just rushed in, just crashing through buildings, and then like they were like not killing them. They were just bopping them on the head with their swords and stuff like that, and hitting them with the shield. We saw how Nafumi tried to find out where Melty is by using his Viper shield to bite a knight, and then said, "I'll give you the antidote for this if you show us where she is." And apparently, the knight actually did it. The knight actually cared about his life more than his values or the church. So then he like went and showed Nafumi where Melty was, and then Nafumi just threw the bottle at him and said, "Here, take the antidote." And then he just ran away because he got what he wanted. How they the creeper guy, he just ended up grabbing like Nafumi and them got to the room, and then after that they like were just like staring at him. But then after that, when Melty-san went over to Nafumi to like be with them and to get away from the guy grabbed her by her hair tails. That's one of the reasons why I don't have any ponytails. He grabbed him and then put his sword over Melty's neck and was like about to kill her and said, "Don't move." And then I like how Nafumi's just like, "Don't move, okay, air shield," and then just smashes him with the air shield onto the floor. And then Melty just rushes over to them. And then after that, Philo rushes over and kicks the guy into the corner of the wall. And then Raphtalia walks up to him. And then I like it how as Raphtalia is walking up to him, he like whips her so many times. But I guess that because she's like felt it for so long that I guess it's become like she's become accustomed to the pain. So then like she just like is just not hurting her as he's whipping her. And then Raphtalia just slashes him with his sword, and then he just falls on the ground. You'd think that I guess she didn't hit him like vitally. And then after that, he's just like begging for his life on the ground. And then she starts crying, saying like, "You didn't do that. You didn't beg to stop your torture when demi-humans beg. So why should I beg for a human?" And then after that, that's where the episode ended. I like it how they cockblocked you with that ending. But one thing I forgot to mention is that apparently, as before they went to like attack more of the knights, they like Raphtalia was looking down like a very ominous hole in the ground that had stairs. I'm assuming that there's like slaves down there or something like, or maybe it's like a catacombs with slaves, because that just seemed like a place where we saw in Raphtalia's dream sequence that we saw for old memories, because this episode was called something memories. So Yeah, this episode was pretty good. I really like the animation and the art styles the characters had this episode. It was pretty much on point. I like where the story is going so far, and I can't wait. This episode, to be honest, this part of the manga, I actually really remember the starting of the manga all the way up until episode 13. I barely remembered anything, but this episode I pretty much remember everything, and probably until now, until episode 24, 25, I'll probably remember like everything completely almost. And yeah, I can't wait until next week to see how Raphtalia deals with the guy. It's gonna be pretty interesting since I actually know what happens next episode, and it's gonna be pretty epic. So yeah, if you enjoyed my thoughts, my opinions, and stuff like that on this episode, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy this whatsoever, then leave a dislike. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video sometime. And yeah, bye.